Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our empowerment moment. This is your host, Miguel Ramos. I am your motivational speaker. I'm your empowerment coach. I am your transformational trainer. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Monday. And guess what? We're going to get motivated. We're going to get pumped up. We're going to get encouraged. And we're going to get ready to tackle not just the day, but the whole week. So I want to encourage you in everything that it is that you have to do concerning this whole week. I want to encourage you concerning that. And also, I got a little special treat. At the end of the broadcast, I got a very, very special announcement that I want to make. So I want everybody to stay tuned to the end. This is going to be powerful. It's going to be so grateful, so helpful. Trust me, you don't want to miss this announcement. But nevertheless, let's get started. Listen, I want to speak to you guys about leadership building, about building yourself. You know, leadership building is not just building leaders, you know, to move great companies or to run Fortune 500 companies or all these things. But leadership building is also for yourself. It's for you. You know, I'm talking about everyday living. I live by this thing. I live about, for leadership building. Not only do I build other leaders, but I build myself. I'm constantly pushing myself to the edge, pushing myself to the next limit, that I can become the best me that I can. You know, I take advice from athletes, you know, professional athletes. I take advice from professional business owners, you know, people that are making it there. You know, I take advice from all of them, you know, motivational speakers, you know, great preacher, pastors. I take advice from all of them because I want to be like them, if not more. And I believe that, you know, believe it or not, that sometimes our success is sabotaged by small little pebbles in our way. You know, it could be, you know, you can be running, you could be sprinting, and it could be the smallest pebble inside your shoe in there that makes you stop, take your shoe off, you know, make sure nothing's in there. Oh, there it is. You know, the smallest thing can take everything out of whack, everything out of alignment. So today I want to speak to you guys about overcoming bad habits, overcoming bad habits. Oh my God, listen, I had a ton of bad habits and I'm still working on some of them, you know, but I'm overcoming them little by little because it's these little bad habits, believe it or not, they can sabotage your success. And I'm going to tell you how small they are. Something like time, like, you know, taking 5 minutes to do something. Stuff like that can sabotage your success because it can make you late the next day. Or it can be simple gestures, mannerisms, the way you respond, small things like that, that if you don't watch it, if you don't check yourself, it could cost you millions of dollars. It could cost you great clientele. It could cost you to not work with the people that want to work with you. It could cost you to be, you know, moved out the way and then be used of somebody else. You know, it could cost you stuff like that just because things that we don't watch it, things that we say. So I want to encourage you all today to evaluate yourself, to take time to look in the mirror, to, you know, record a video on your phone. You don't have to broadcast it, you know, the way you're speaking, the way you're saying, whatever it is, and then play it back to yourself and see it and say, oh man, wait a minute, I got to work on these things here and there, that it can help you become a better you, because the you that you are today is not the you that you're going to become, but you want to continue to strive to that you, right? So again, I'm going to give you 5 simple ways. If you're stumbling on your way to success and you recognize that there's something that always keeps you there, because I want to tell you the truth. You know, some people may tell you that they're your friends, but they're not going to always tell you your flaws because they think that you're going to get offended. They think that, you're not going to take it lightly. They think they're going to get mad. But that's why you got to surround yourself around people that really are going to tell you the truth. And if they're not going to tell you the truth, then do something to identify these small habits in your life, because these small habits, believe it or not, can turn into something so great. Like, I want to just give you an example. I've heard people, leave jobs because, you know, they can't stand the way, let's say, somebody cracks their knuckles. Stuff like that. You know, or you know, let's say, you know, you go out to dinner or somebody is just, you know, smacking on their food, you know, just stuff like that that makes people like, you know, I don't want to sit down with them in a meeting again. You know, they do this, they do that. And it's just small things like that that can help you. I'm telling you, it could cost you millions of dollars if you don't get it checked out and get it under control, right? So let's start with these, you know, 5 simple habits. I'm going to be quick today, and then I got a boom, boom, boom. Yeah, an awesome announcement at the end of the broadcast. Please stay with me to the end. Trust me, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it, right? So 5 simple ways to break bad habits. You know, bad habits are all around us. Bad habits, sometimes we encounter and they become embedded in our psyche because it's something that we grow up with, something that we saw somebody else do and we started taking up on them. And what happened is that, you know, now they become embedded. So the first thing you have to do with these bad habits is you have to identify it. You have to find out what are they. if you don't know what they are, like I said, the best way for me is I record a video. Like I watch my videos, like when I preach and all that stuff. At the beginning, believe it or not, I didn't want to watch my videos because I was embarrassed. I was a little ashamed. I didn't want to see myself on camera. I'm like, oh my God, what's up again? I was a little embarrassed. But I had to stay there and watch, because how bad is it? You want others to watch your videos, but you can't stomach your own videos, right? That's a bad thing right there. So I had to stay and I had to watch my own videos, and I noticed just little things that I would do here and there, things with my vocal cords. Sometimes I get a little excited and, I ramble words on, or sometimes I say one thing, whatever it is. Catch yourself, and get a notepad and start writing it down little by little, that you can see what are these bad habits that you're doing. So the first thing you have to identify all of them. You're going to find about 20 or 30 of them, that you're going to come across. But, don't try to tackle all of them at once. Go from the greatest down to the least, that you can help yourself in identifying these things. So again, you have to identify your bad habit. And I want to say something, saying, ladies and gentlemen, just be honest. Be honest with yourself. If you know that there's a bad habit and you're having trouble admitting it, admit it to yourself. If you can't admit it to anybody else, admit it to yourself, that therefore you can really identify that thing, nip it right in the bud, and work at it. If you know you're at a person, for example, one thing that I come across a lot when I counsel a lot of people, especially in a relationship, you have to, when you're engaged in a conversation, you have to go back and forth. You have to let the other person talk. I've seen people that go on dates and, oh my God, it's like they don't come up for air. They're just constantly talking and talking and talking. And most of the time, that's the man doing it. And so if you're constantly talking and you're not letting the other person talk, again, that can be a very bad habit, because people like to engage in conversation, go back and forth. So again, things like that you may not notice, and you can say, well, I'm a great person, I'm a great conversation starter. Yeah, but are you a conversation finisher? Do you let some people in there to come and talk and also reciprocate the conversation that you're having? So again, you have to identify yourself in that. Don't get overly excited, but at the same time, don't draw down in your energy. So be reciprocal in what it is that you're doing concerning the other person. Don't just think about yourself. Don't just, be conceited or be high-minded and think that you're the it kid or that you have everything to say. No, let somebody else reciprocate in what it is that you're saying. So identify those bad habits, write them down, put them down on a Post-it, put them on your wall, vision wall, put it on your refrigerator, put them on your mirror, whatever it is that you can see each and every day, and remind yourself all those things. I remember when I was in high school and, we were really practicing, I'm right-handed. So we were practicing, how to shoot and dribble with our left hand and everything. And I remember our coach would bring a whole bag of rubber bands. And he'll bring a bag of rubber bands and he'll give us all each a rubber band, and he'll say, put the rubber band on your left hand. So what we would do is he would give us drills, and every time he would see us touch that ball with the right hand, he will come over, he will flick that rubber band, pop, on our left hand. And it reminded us, it wasn't, very hurtful, but it was just a little prick to remind us, man, I got to use this hand. And we would go everywhere. I don't know, some of you may see even to now, I wear a rubber band on my left hand. It became a habit. It became a habit, and every time, I wanted to do something, I reminded myself. You don't have to inflict pain, but what I'm saying is it's a reminder of how to overcome something, right? So identify what it is. Number two is very important. Number two is you have to desire change. You have to desire it. I've led so many people, like they say, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink it. I've led so many people to the verge of success. And quite frankly, is that some people just don't want it. Some people will tell me straight up, like, listen, I don't want to change. I'm telling you, I'll work with them for years, and they will tell me at the end of the journey, I just don't want to change. Change is for you. Change is something that you have to do. We know that without change, you cannot grow. Without change, you cannot succeed. But some people will tell me straight to my face, I just don't want to change. And that's okay. If that's what you want to do, all right. But then don't complain about the situation. Don't complain about your status. Don't complain about where you're at. So you have to desire to want to change. If you do not desire to change, then everything that you're doing is in vain. You know, quite honestly, everything that you're doing is in vain because you have to desire that change in you. There are so many people that tell you, well, you know, you'll be great at this, you'll be great at that. Oh, you're such an awesome this and awesome that. But if you don't want it for yourself, if you don't see yourself doing it, then you're just not gonna do it. Bottom line, you can make a person succeed. You can make a person desire it. You can make a person change. If they don't want it, they don't want it. So that's the next thing that you have to do after identifying that situation or that habit that is stumbling you. You have to make a decision and a commitment and a conviction within yourself to say, you know what, I really want to change. You know, if it's cracking your knuckles, if it's, you know, something as small as, you know, a pet peeve, or, you know, you have, you know, something that just disturbs you and you constantly doing it over and over, and you know it's sabotaging a relationship, a business opportunity, you know, a progression in your life, you know it's sabotaging that, then you have to want to change. I'm going to give you a case in point. You know, I was one, believe it or not, that, you know, I really did not value time as much as I should have valued time. You know, I would say to myself, well, you know what, I can make it there in 5 minutes. You know, if I'm working down the street or if I'm meeting with a client, you know, just 5 minutes away, I would literally leave 5 minutes too. And that was a pet peeve of mine. That was something that I did not like, being late, but I did not value time. And what happens is that, believe it or not, we become addicted to the adrenaline of being late. Oh, this is real good. Let me talk about this. You know, we become addicted to the adrenaline of being late. For example, if you know you have to be somewhere at 7 and you're trying to be there, you know, at 7 on the dot, what happens is that here it is, 6:55. We're trying to rush and do everything at the last minute because that rush right there, it almost kind of lies to us and tells us, listen, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it. But then when the minute you get in your car, boom, empty. Right? Or you get a flat tire, or you come around, you're like, oh, you're making good time. You turn around, boom, you hit the traffic light and there's traffic backed all the way up. Now you're kicking yourself inside your car and you're screaming, you're getting road rage, and you're saying, man, I know I could have made it. Yes, but you did not count the other factors in between the journey. So I always said this, I said, there's never such thing as a person being early. You're either on time or you're late. And I believe that if you're 15 minutes early, you're on time. That's it. You're definitely on time. So, you know, those pet peeves, you know, that you know will hinder you in success. You know, try to do better. You know, like I said, the way you end a day is the way you started. If you know you didn't get gas on Friday, you know, now Monday, now you're probably standing in line somewhere getting gas. You know, if that is you, listen, don't comment, just keep going, right? But probably standing on line somewhere right now getting gas, you know, to try to go to work. Listen, if you would have done that on Friday, you would have taken those 5 extra minutes on Friday. Now you could have saved yourself 30 minutes on Monday, right? So it's things like this that, believe it or not, they sabotage our success because, you know, you keep coming late because 7:02, 7:03, 7:04, you know, and what happens is it becomes a habit, and before you know it, it becomes embedded in your psyche, and you just do it regularly. You don't want to do that. You want to be successful, so you want to take every obstacle away from you know, the line of success that you're trying to travel. So again, desire change. Do I really want it? You know, why do I want it? Create a why in it. You know, why do I want to be better than the me that I was yesterday? Because you want to succeed. You want success to be inevitable. You want success to be on purpose. You don't want to succeed by mistake. You don't want to stumble, oops, and go into success. No, you want it to be, you want to aim for it. You know, a good preacher says this, you know, if you aim for nothing, you're going to hit it. You're going to hit it. If you aim for nothing, you're going to hit it. But if you aim for success, chances are you're going to hit it every time. Why? Because you have a plan and you're aiming for it. And the way that you're taking all these obstructions out of the way is aiming for success. Amen? So, number 3, commit to your efforts. Commit to your efforts. Listen, every time when you have bad habits and you're trying to overcome them, you're always going to get tempted to say, you know what, I'm just going to do whatever I want. You know, you biting your nails, you know, stuff like that. You know, you're going to say, I'm just going to do whatever I want. No, listen, commit to the success. You know, if you fall off one day, jump back up right again. You know, commit to it. Think about why you started doing it. Think about the reward at the end of the line, the reward at the end of this thing. You know, reward yourself with whatever it is that you're rewarding yourself. And always say to yourself, listen, if you fall off, you get right back on it. You know, don't give up. Don't give in. You know, continue to persevere. Continue to endure to the end because it is inevitable. You need this. You need this thing in order to succeed. Again, these bad habits will take you away from success, will rob you of millions of dollars, of opportunity, of clients, a lot of things, believe it or not. I remember coming up, I have many opportunities. Like I had great, opportunities for jobs, for, interviews, to work with people, and, tardiness, being late, or sometimes, I got upset, ain't nobody going to tell me what to do. I don't like people telling me what to do, but listen, you're not the boss, you're not in charge, and the chances are if somebody's going to help you, they are going to tell you what to do. So it's stuff like that, the attitude at work, the self-involvement, the you think you know everything type of character and all these things, become humble, be teachable, be coachable, even if you know something, let the person who's in charge feel like they're teaching you something, because it's relationship like this that, believe it or not, that connect people. I've had people call me back just because, I'm so pleasant to work with, what's that guy that I worked with last time, yeah, I want to work with him again, I want him to call me, can you send, I've had customers, in the company that I work for, I had customers request for me personally. They'll call the company, where's Miguel? I want him to come. I want to work with him. I want him to design this. I want him to do that. Why? Because I'm so personable. I try to remove any habits that I may have, sometimes, yes, people talk to you and they tell you this and that. And sometimes you're like, oh man, it's past the time, you want to go home. But those 5 extra minutes, just, keeping the mannerism, keeping your composure, keeping that character, those 5 extra minutes, dealing with that customer or that client, that person, it builds a relationship. I remember one time I was helping this customer out, and by the time that I got back to the office, the customer already called and gave a great review about, dealing with me and how I dealt with her and everything like that. And it wasn't even 5 minutes till I got back to the office. When I got back to the office, everybody was like, just clapping. I'm like, what's happening? It's not my birthday. It's not anything special. They were like, yo, we had this customer over here just raving about you, just loving you and all this thing. And it feels good to know that, listen, when you sustain your bad habits for a minute, it can lead to something great. It can lead to a great outcome, a testimony concerning your character, right? And it's things like this that people will remember. People will always remember the way you make them feel. Not necessarily what you teach them, but how you make them feel, right? So again, these bad habits, believe it or not, people are watching, people are looking. So we have to commit to our ways, commit to your efforts, don't give up. Think about the reward at the end of the rainbow or the end of the journey is going to pay off, right? So number four, be consistent. Be consistent, come up with a regimented plan, come up with something, check yourself all the time. When you identify these things and you convict yourself of it, you're going to be conscious of it all the time. So check yourself all the time, and be consistent. I don't care whatever it is. Listen, the most hard thing, the hardest thing to be consistent, and believe it or not, it's not a succeeding. It's really I want to say, constantly doing what it is that you're doing. In other words, when you're on your way to success, chances are that you are going to fail. Failure is part of success, but you have to be consistent in that. You have to love success so much that if it takes 10 failures to get one success, then you have to love that failure. That every 10 failure, every 9th failure, you're going to get a 10th success. You have to you have to be in love with that failure. Listen, I failed once, I failed twice, I failed 3 times. By the 9th time, boom, I know I'm going to have success. Inevitable. So you have to be consistent to the process. Be consistent to the process. If you're doing exercise, you're waking up every morning and you're doing exercise, and listen, you wake up one morning and you just don't feel like it, your back is hurting, whatever, listen, still get up at the same time. Watch the exercise video. Even if you don't do it, watch the exercise video. Move around, be up, be active. You may not be doing the sit-up and the crunches, but be active. Run in place, do something instead of, but don't give up that time slot. Because things in your life, habits, are fighting for time in your life. Believe it or not, habits are fighting for time in your life. Everybody wants the prime time. They want your time. They want the time that you're most active, whether it's, your laziness, your daydreaming, whatever it is. All these bad habits, they're fighting for time slots in your life. So you have to make sure that you give those time slots to the most valuable things in life, right? Whether it's your family, your business, your success, whatever you're working at, right? So you have to remain consistent in what you're doing, that you can continue to succeed, right? So that's number 4. Number 5, last but not least, is perseverance. Perseverance. I look at perseverance as when the Bible talks about long suffering. What does that mean, long suffering? Does that mean that you have to suffer long? Well, yes and no, but what it means is endurance. There are times where you're going to be in pain. you're going to be in agony. You're going to be like, oh my God, I feel like doing this thing, you know, it makes you feel good. One of the, you know, real bad habit, you know, it could be smoking, you know. It's a real bad habit, you know. So, you know, they got the e-cigarette, they got the nicotine patch, whatever it is. You may feel like, oh man, a craving, whatever it is, you know. Endure, persevere, you know. What did Rocky say? No pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. You have to constantly remind yourself of that. You know, don't cheat. Don't go back. You're only cheating yourself. You only say, well, you know what, ain't nobody going to know. I'm just going to take a quick smoke, or I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to take a quick drink. No, listen, break that bad habit. That one little inception, that one little, you know, sip or smoke or drag or whatever it is going to take you right back to the beginning. Because what it does is it does something greater than what you think. It's not just, you know, the feel of what you're doing, the satisfaction, but it allows your body and your mind to say it's okay. Or it also reprograms your mind to say, you know what, we're not working at this anymore. So you program your mind to say, okay, we're trying to get rid of this habit. And when you take that, you know, that small drag, or you cheat at that thing, your mind goes back to ease control, and it says, oh, we're not working at this no more, so I don't have to work at it anymore. And your mind now succumbs to that cheating or that little habit that you just went back, and therefore now you're not working in gear. You can reprogram your brain to do whatever it is that you want to. Trust me. Trust me, I live by this. When I was younger, listen, not even when I was younger, I was young adult. I hate to say this, young adult, so I mean, I'm an old adult now. When I was a young adult, you know, getting up was the hardest thing for me, you know, just getting up in the morning. You know, I used to sometimes sleep late all the way to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, I don't know. I just a sleepy guy, you know, procrastinator, you know, very lethargic, very lazy, didn't do anything. And then now to me, sleeping late, like I told you, 6 o'clock. You know, I wake up 5:30, and sometimes, you know, I'm looking at the alarm and I'm like, is the alarm going to wake me up? I'm waking the alarm up. Why? Because it become a habit. You know, in 21 days, you can create a habit. You can reprogram your brain. You can rewire your brain. I'm going to tell you this. The Bible says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So that means that you can actually make yourself think to be successful. Make yourself think to break these bad habits. You can do these things, but you have to believe in yourself. So again, real quickly to recap, 5 ways to break these bad habits. And I'm telling you, these bad habits is not just for personal, but it can help you in business, in relationship, in, you know, anything else that you're doing. You know, this is self-development. You know, this is what I do. You know, I help people do these things, and you have to identify them. That's number 1. Number 2, you have to desire to change. Number 3, you have to commit to your efforts. Number 4, you have to be consistent. In other words, you have to be regimented in what you're doing. And number 5, perseverance. You're going to incur pain. It's not going to be pleasant. It's not going to be good. But listen, that is the value of success. If you succeed at these things, then there's nothing you will not succeed at. You can do anything you put your mind to, right? So again, my friends, listen. Thank you for this moment of empowerment. I want to share something with you very, very special. You know, I told you I had a very, very big announcement. You know, throughout the days, you're going to see, you know, our schedule is going to change a little bit. But listen, stay tuned. I still want to continue to motivate you, to empower you. But this is the great announcement that I have. Are you ready for this? I am so excited because this is something that I put my mind to it. You know, I said I'm going to do it. I'm going to achieve it. And I did it. I did it. Yes, I did it. Thank you to all my friends, my family, coaches out there, you know, helping me out. Thank you all. My transitional coaches, thank you all so much. Listen, this is the big reveal. You ready for this? Website. Yes, website. MiguelARamos.com. Go visit it. MiguelARamos.com. Oh my God. Woo, I held that the whole weekend. I wanted to share with you on Monday. It's just such a huge success for me. Go there, MiguelARamos.com. You're going to see all my content. You're going to see if you want to work with me, you can book me. You can, you know, we can set a schedule. You're going to see my testimonials. You can see my about page, how I came to be what I am today. You know, just such a great accomplishment for me. It's out there, it's live, it's active. Check me out, MiguelARamos.com. You know, you're going to see my videos there. We're going to post it. You know, we're going to have upgrades and all these things. You know, we're going to update every video. So every video that you may see or you may not see, I'm going to start doing special content videos that may not go live. These videos may not be on Facebook Live or on YouTube or anything like that. These are going to be special videos to build your team, to build your business. You know how to do videos, how to do live videos, how to make money, how to increase and double your profitability. All these things to build your business, whatever it is. I can help you turn any gift that you have into a money-making gift. Trust me. Listen, it can help you hustle, right? So go out. You want to work with me, go to MiguelARamos.com. Check out the website. It's so awesome. Drop by, leave me a comment on my Facebook page, or leave me a comment right there on the website. Tell me what you think. It's so awesome. I am so happy for this. I'm so elated. Like I said, and that's just the beginning of many more things to come. We're planning something big. That's one announcement. I'm going to give you the other ones as we go. We're planning something big, something huge. It is incredible. If you are a leader, if you are a motivational speaker, a coach of some sort, you don't want to miss this great event that I'm putting together with so many great leaders, so many entrepreneurs, business partners. I'm talking about people that are making it in the business. They're going to motivate you. They're going to empower you. It's going to be a great event. Check out the website, MiguelRamos.com, Miguel A. Ramos. Make sure you put the A in there, MiguelARamos.com. I'll put it in the link down below that you can go and click it and check it out. And listen, support. I support you. But nonetheless, listen, thank you for the time to, come together in a moment of empowerment. This is your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach, your transformational trainer, none other than Miguel A. Ramos. So check me out. Go out to the website. Let me know what you think. Support me as I support you. And my friends, listen, continue to be and continue to keep yourself motivated. Thank you. Peace. Woo!